One series, 9 cities, and tonight we're in Boston for the FIE's Grand Prix of Saber. 300 of the elite fencers from around the world, representing more than 30 nations, have gathered in the historic city of Boston and here at Harvard University to contend for their spots in Rio. It is a very special evening of Grand Prix fencing tonight in Boston, Massachusetts, and at Harvard University. Gold medals at stake in men's and women's saber, and valuable Olympic qualifying points up for grabs as well. And good evening, everyone. I am JB Long. Jeff Buchantz was twice a team captain at the Olympics, has refereed 2 Olympics as well, and here we are again on the road to Rio.
The goal of every fencer here is to proudly represent their country in Rio and ideally come home with an Olympic medal. But the pressure on these athletes to qualify is enormous. And there is a buzz in the venue here at historic Harvard University as these fans eagerly anticipate seeing the best fencers in the world and seeing which ones will handle that pressure and rise to the occasion.
We do have Tim Morehouse as part of our team this evening, and he has some thoughts on what's at stake as we prepare for Rio.
These are the best fencers in the world champions, Olympic champions. These are the people who are going to be going to Rio, bringing home medals. And if you want to check out this finals, it's going to be incredible. This will be a preview of what's going to be happening in Rio. And these athletes now are peaking. They've been training for 4 years. They are getting ready for Rio right around the corner, and it's all happening right here, Harvard University, the Fencing World Cup.
So both championship rounds are set. Still to come tonight from Boston, gold medals to be handed out in women's and men's saber. The International Fencing Federation puts on this 9-city series leading into the Rio Games. The only Grand Prix hosted by the U.S. tonight in Boston. We're taking on men's and women's saber. And a great saber fencer in his own right, a friend and colleague of ours, Don Anthony, is also the president of U.S. Fencing and a member of the executive committee. And he had some thoughts on what this night means.
Well, the competition is world class. This is one of the major events going into Rio. It's a Grand Prix event, which means the points count more than some of the other events. It's also because of the timing in the season, one of the last opportunities. Many of these athletes will have an opportunity to qualify for the Rio Games. If they don't do well here, their season could be over as far as their Olympic dreams. That only heightens the level of competition. We've got 150 women, 161 men, and they are the best in the world, and they're from all around the world.
Well said, Don, and that leads us to our women's final tonight. It's a matchup of China and Russia, two of the great programs in the world in women's saber. Chen Shen carries a top 4 global ranking. She is the 2015 World Championships bronze medalist from Moscow and out of Russia. The surprise story of this weekend, the 2015 European Games bronze medalist, Victoria Kovaleva of Russia. All right, before we begin our gold medal rounds with Jeff Buchanan, I'm JB Long. A team captain, Jeff, a referee in your own rights. How about the rules reviewed for saber?
The touches must be scored on the torso, everything above the waist, scoring with the tip or the edge of the blade. The fencers may ask for a replay ruling. They get up to 2 lost challenges. The first to 15 touches wins, and there's a break at 8 touches.
We've already seen Grand Prix in foil in Torino and in epee in Doha so far this year. Now we're back at Harvard University in Boston as Shen Chen, the 25-year-old Chinese saber fencer, lines up against Victoria Kovaleva of Russia, a 26-year-old who has not finished a senior season inside the top 40 globally yet. But maybe this is her year, and she's picked an Olympic cycle to fence some of her best work.
Kovaleva at a huge disadvantage, a huge underdog. Shen's much faster on her feet. In order for Kovaleva to have a chance, it'll have to be tactically, and her coach is Christian Bauer, who's considered the best tactician in the world.
On a day in which 3 of the top 5 in the world were knocked out before the table of 16, Shen Chen has fenced her way to the final, but it's Kovaleva who scores the first touch.
Kovaleva with a straight attack. Here she starts. Her arm is moving forward, threatening the valid target, and she scores to the chest.
She's from Barnaul, Russia, in the western Siberian plain near the Kazakhstan border. Went for the parry riposte there and scored.
After Shen got hit on a straight attack, she said that's not happening again, and Shen attacked, but Kovaleva was waiting with a parry and a riposte.
As she was building her attack, Shen struck quickly and got in for her first red lights.
Kovaleva started a little too quickly. Here it comes. A little quickly with the first step. Shen saw an opening and hit her.
Attack from the left, and it scores. Shen Chen defeated Sofia Velikaya of Russia, the number